Hi, it's Christina, your favourite pet Kiwi trans girl, here with another part, it's part of my process and my story. So after I figured out who I was and I started my transition, I went and talked to my doctor. Yeah, he didn't have any experience whatsoever with a transgender person. Nothing much I can do. But he asked me to go because he didn't know that know what to do. He asked me to go and see an endocrinologist, a specialist, which is fine. It made sense. So I made a booking here in where I live in New Plymouth to see an endocrinologist. This was just before Christmas, and it was a 4 week wait to go see her. So that's fine. And you know, doctors' visits here in New Zealand are generally free. This one wasn't, so which is fine. I didn't have a problem with it. Quite happy to pay. So I went and waited the 4 weeks through Christmas, getting abused by my ex. When we cleared out the house, so for when we sold the house, and I had a lovely New Year's with some amazing friends. One of the big things that you will find in your transition is that you have to have good friends that will support you, who'll box you around the ears when you need it, but will also 100% back you up in what you do and how you do things, and help you learn how your life will change. And I have some amazing friends in that: Kirsty, Andrea, Rose, and Caroline. You know who you are, um, and just how much you mean. And Ingrid too. Don't get me wrong. Ingrid, you're definitely there too. Um, so you have just been incredible. I don't know. I don't have the words to explain just how much you mean to me in my process and my things. And sorry, guys, I'm not wearing makeup. I've just had electrolysis today and salon, so I'm not wearing makeup. You just have to take me au natural. But it is actually nice and warm enough to wear a t-shirt. So there he goes. So going there. Anyway, where was I? Oh, the endocrinologist. Yes, that's right. So, so one of the reasons why I decided to make this is because it, there was nowhere to find out the information on what you needed to do to go through transition and the steps and the bits and pieces that you normally do when transitioning. And I'll make other videos around some of the bits and pieces you need to learn and through like that. And some of the transgender people that I've been watching on YouTube and learned a lot from. And so yeah, you have a great impact on my life as well. So which is absolutely incredible. But the first endocrinologist I tried to see, had to wait 4 weeks, as I said. And when I went in, so I took time off work to go in for the appointment. They were lovely. They were really lovely. But and I was sitting down with the nurse there to do the initial workup, and the doctor came in and she said, "Look, I'm very sorry, but I don't provide transgender healthcare." 4 weeks. I'd waited to see this person to get. I don't do transgender healthcare. She was very helpful though. She helped me find a name of somebody. Now I live in New Zealand, of course, and I live in a region called Taranaki. And the nearest transgender endocrinologists are in Auckland, Wellington, both of which are about a 4.5 hour drive away from me. So, you know, finding help in New Zealand, especially in the North Island, very difficult. South Island is not that much easier either, actually. Although, there's some good care, and people that I've met, good care in both Christchurch and Dunedin, which is absolutely amazing. But we need more. We need more help in New Zealand coming around this. So I went back to my doctor and said, I need a referral to this doctor, this particular doctor, which he did for me. And I get told it's a 2 month wait to see him. Again, there's a fee to access his service, which is fine. So I wait the 2 months. I know this sounds like I'm whining. Trust me, I know, I hear it. But so I wait the 2 months. And on the morning when I'm supposed to see him, I get an email from him going, sorry, I can't see you. You need to do this first. Um, and what is it? I had to get an assessment from a clinical psychologist. So I emailed back to him and said, Doctor, my doctor didn't know what needed to be done. So this is why we're coming to you. I said, if you, I'm really disappointed that you hadn't picked up the file when it came in, and you could have come back to me that time, and I could have gotten that assessment done and dusted for you, so we could move on. And the biggest issue with that clinical psychologist assessment is whether you understand what it means to begin a hormone program. Is it is properly called a gender affirming hormone treatment program. And the World Professional Associations for Transgender Healthcare and the Professional Associations for Transgender Healthcare of Aotearoa. Aotearoa is the Maori name for New Zealand, if you don't know. That culture is very important here in New Zealand. So WPATH and PATHA is now the guidelines there talk about informed consent. Do you know what you're actually asking for? Do you understand what it means? Are you prepared to take those risks on, and do you actually fully understand what you're agreeing to? Which there's so much research you need to do for your own sake. Do it, and that will help. And again, I worked with a wonderful clinical psychologist. Now I won't mention her name because she hasn't agreed to for me to say to say her name. I might ask her, but she was amazing, along with my BetterHelp counsellor. Um, they both have been really, really amazing and have just helped me through the year. So I worked through that whole aspect of informed consent. One of the things she asked me to do was to do up a little homework project to write out what I understood a hormone program would mean, and also what I understood the risks were and what it would do, how long, all of those aspects of what did I understand about a hormone treatment program. So I did that, and that was fun. I'm a chartered accountant, or an associate chartered accountant at the moment, and I get to move to a chartered accountant status in 2 weeks' time. So I've got a degree in accounting, and so I really do enjoy doing some of that research work. Just from my time at university. Well, I could have done better there, but it's all right. I'm working and I'm loving my work. So yes, I did that up and bits and pieces, and so that process took about 2 months. And then when I got the assessment letter from the doctor, I sent it back to the endocrinologist and asked for another referral from my doctor. And it was another 2 month wait to see the endocrinologist. So all up, it took me about 7 months to be able to get to see an endocrinologist to have a chat about starting a gender affirming hormone treatment program. I'm so My heart goes out to a lot of people like Kiki and so many others who have to wait years to access this help. The only reason I could is that I could afford to pay. I wasn't relying on state funded healthcare to get me through these. And no, the private healthcare insurance that I have does not pay for transgender care. It does not pay for transgender surgery. And Southern Cross, Shame on you. Transgender healthcare saves lives. How do I know? I caught myself thinking about killing myself when I was a teenager. And on reflection, it's because I couldn't be who I really was. I didn't know that's how I knew. But you can, at Southern Cross, the New Zealand healthcare system, you can do better. Southern Cross, fund transgender care. Fund transgender care. You should be doing it. Fund a lot of other bits and pieces. This should not be an issue. Anyway, so it took me about 7 months, and in this day and age, the endocrinologist was amazing. I was very, very worried about the appointment when it finally happened. I was worried sick about it. Would he say yes to me going on to a program, even though I've given an informed consent. He's still an endocrinologist. He's a specialist. He looking through my file, he would know if I shouldn't start. I'm overweight. I'm over 50. Well, I am 50. I'm 50 now. But I'm over 40, which carries additional risks. I have diabetes, which carries additional risks, although that is well under control. And I'm overweight, which has risks as well. So we talked all through all those. And yes, I'm aware of the stats as well. I've watched the US medical universities um, um, papers and lectures on risks. And in that meeting, he said yes. He issued me a prescription. Now, funnily enough, in these days and age, I can call my doctor, and if I need a repeat prescription, and it gets emailed through to the pharmacy um, that that I use. But he snail mailed me my prescription. So a week later, it arrived after a long, long day of work. I'd done a 12-hour, 10-hour day, 11-hour day. I arrive at the one location when you get mail in the town that I live in. Luckily, they were still open. It was after 6 o'clock. Normally, they're closed by 5:30. They were still open at 6 o'clock. So I popped in to see whether it arrived. It had. All of a sudden, my energy levels was woo. So I went in that night to get my hormone prescription filled. First place I went to couldn't do it. So I'm on the 25 microgram patch, transdermal patch. They didn't have to, with this whole international supply issues with the transdermal patches at the moment. So they couldn't help. They wouldn't help because that's the prescription the doctor would. So I went to another pharmacy, and they were amazing. They've given me an alternative, and the dosage is the same. Oh, I've got to do something to make that the same, but that's fine. That works. So for a month now, I have been taking spironolactone, and I have a transdermal estrogen patch, and I'm just absolutely loving it. So the points to take from this one is that this is a marathon. This journey is for the rest of your life, the rest of my life. And here in New Zealand, one of the things you need to do is get a clinical psychologist referral. A referral to a clinical psychologist and an assessment that can go to an endocrinologist to say yes, you are able to give an informed consent, and you understand what you're talking about, and you understand the risks, and then you need to wait to go and see an endocrinologist. Now, mine cost me about $400 for the endocrinologist, and I was quite happy to pay it. So you can get it free through the health service, but on a referral basis. But it will take you longer. I mean, we know how the health system is here in play. But yes, it can be done. Just remember those steps. Go and see your doctor. Get a referral to a clinical psychologist. Do your research. Understand what it means to go through this process. and then get a booking for an endocrinologist. Make sure that that endocrinologist provides transgender healthcare. But it doesn't invalidate the fact that you're a woman. No way does it invalidate that whether well, that happens when that happens. You are a woman. Live your life as you're supposed to and be happy. Well, next time.